Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Coco X Chella. Please do hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you don't miss any of my future videos. And if you're a returning viewer and subscriber, then welcome back, my lovely. So today I have got my choker on from KILLSTAR. This top here that has some fabulous wording. This top is from Too Fast Clothing and I've got shorts to match. I don't know how YouTube is with booty shorts, but I'm just going to stand up here. And basically it's got a little heart here on the back. So yeah, on the back the shorts say the same thing. So that is just the vibe today. I've got some contacts in. And this wig is from LUSH WIGS. My lashes, oh yeah, my lashes, let me zoom in. My lashes are from Shein. So yeah, oh, I have an orange brow today and it's a liquid liner, but I just used it in my eyebrow. And this is from Jolie Beauty. So their liquid liner collection. I actually have that down here somewhere. It's a water activated eyeliner palette. So yeah, my boyfriend got me this for Christmas and I love it, love it. Judging by the title, I haven't figured it out yet, but whatever it is, we're going to be discussing today both sides of the coins on this one. I did a little research into this prior and there are a lot of videos out there that are just basically saying stay clear of anyone who's not alternative. And it's like, I get it, I'm not mad. I understand. If I hadn't met Ryan, I probably would have been the same. So I don't blame anybody for those videos because there are a lot of valid points. There are a lot of valid points in that I will address in this video as well. But I basically just wanted to like add another perspective, basically, because I am an alternative person that does date a non-alternative person, and there might be people out there that might like somebody who's not alternative, or vice versa, someone who's not alternative is thinking about dating someone who is. And I just wanted to, I don't know, give people the green flag and the red flag about what you should look for if you're an alternative person dating a normie. I don't really like to use the word normie, but it keeps coming up in the comment section, and I'll talk about the comment section in a little bit later. For those of you that don't know, my boyfriend is an alternative, like I just mentioned prior, and if you've not seen my channel before, he's on it a lot. We met at work, and so we had that chance to kind of get to know each other without seeing how we fully dress. Like, I had rainbow hair regardless, and I saw that he had a couple of tattoos, but I knew he wasn't like a metalhead. Do you know what I mean? I knew he wasn't alternative. So in the past I have dated alternative guys, so that's why I feel like I can give both sides of the coin, like both perspectives on this, because I've dated alternative and I'm currently dating someone who's not. So it's not like I can be biased, do you know what I mean? So I don't want it to be a case of who's better, whether dating an alternative person is better or dating a normie is better. I just want to let you know that as long as whoever you're with allows you to be yourself and you're free to be who you want to be, and your goals, your morals, your future plans, all of that align, that's when you know you're with the right person, regardless of what they look like. So I did mention the comment section, right? I'm going to post a TikTok either side, whichever looks aesthetically pleasing. And this TikTok here, me and Ryan just did this for the lols, right? We did not think it was going to blow up, and it did. Every now and again it does the rounds, right? And it's like it gets shared on all the alternative pages, and the comment section, oh my god, the comment section is like, it's mixed reception. Obviously there's lots of lovely comments in there, but there's also comments, for one, saying that my boyfriend doesn't have an aesthetic. And if you're from England or from the UK, you will know that how I dress and how Ryan dress, we're polar opposites in terms of our aesthetics. And you might think that the way Ryan dress is just regular, as I saw in the comments, like sweatpants and stuff. It's not here. Like, it is kind of everyday wear for most UK boys, but like Ryan can get classed as like his aesthetic or his image is like either, like, I hate to say these terms, all these terms I hate to say, is like roadman or chavvy, basically. And I don't like to use chav because it's like derogatory here to say that. And if you don't know what the word chav is, I remember from school people used to say it's council house and violent, that's why it's CHAV, and it's so derogatory. But that was in the comment section. So I will be posting some of the comments, you will see as this video goes on. These are the type of comments that we were met with, and like some people were also saying that our relationship simply wouldn't work because he wasn't alternative, and because it didn't work for them, it's just not gonna work in general. And then obviously, oh my god, the usual BS of me being a poser because I'm with a non-alternative person. Like, come on, are we really gonna start gatekeeping who alternative people can date? We're gonna gatekeep relationships now. Stop that, I beg, stop that. But like, for some of the comments that said that it just wouldn't work in general, like, I find that like quite ignorant. And it's an ignorant statement to make because there's so many times in society where we have been told, like, same-sex, interracial relationships, different religions, these relationships won't work. But the majority of them are thriving because of the key fundamental aspects that you should look for in a person. Goals, morals, values, future plans, all of that aligns. It doesn't matter if anyone has been brought up differently. As long as your individual mindset is the same as the other person, it shouldn't matter. So for Ryan and I personally, we have similar personalities, and our music taste overlaps. So he does like some rock music and I like some rap and drill music as well. So this is the type of thing that we spoke about when we first got together, and that obviously helped, you know, sort of like mesh the two different worlds together, because we kind of bled into each other a little bit. We have similar interests and similar taste. So on the flip side, I can understand why people are so put off from dating non-alternative people. So I'm going to point out some red flags that if you are considering dating someone who's not alternative, that you should look out for, okay? And these are fundamental things that you need to look out for, because if you don't, or you overlook these red flags and pretend they're orange like my eyebrows, if you pretend they're orange like my eyebrow and my wig, you can run into some trouble later down the line. So let's get into it. So first and foremost, the most frequent reason that I can see and understand why people don't want to date non-alternative people is the fetish that people have for dating goths and alternative girls. It comes from a very ignorant mindset. Let's just say that. It comes from a very ignorant mindset where people just automatically assume that goth girls, alternative girls are just overtly sexual, okay? Like, the fetishization by non-alternative people to alternative people can be actually quite detrimental, and they kind of confuse the fact that you being goth or alternative means that you're also into BDSM. Now, I know that there's parts of the goth community that are, or parts of people, it sort of overlaps, and the look and the vibe with the choker and the harnesses, I get it, but like, just to automatically assume that every goth is into like whips and chains, ball gagging, and you know, I want to start listing some things, you know, y'all might find some things out about me. No, I'm joking, but like, just don't get why there's just that automatic assumption. Like, get to know people. How do we get to these ages where we're dating and we're not thinking, let's get to know somebody? We're just going to assume that they're this person, you know? And like, it's become like almost a trend now to like to date alternative or goth girl, and I feel like it doesn't help that mainstream media is now labeling, what's her name, Kourtney Kardashian, they have labeled Kim Kardashian and at one point Kylie Jenner as goths. Riddle me that. How? What, because they wore black one time? What, because Kourtney's with Travis, Kim Kardashian was with Pete Davidson? Like, what the hell? What the hell? This don't make someone goth. This doesn't make someone alternative. Now I sound like those elite metalheads, but like, it's so stupid. It's so stupid. So I feel like because there is that misconception out there because of mainstream media, people automatically just like, oh, do you know what, maybe it isn't that bad now, it seems more socially acceptable, I'm gonna do that. And then they confuse what the two are. So they'll find a girl that looks like an e-girl and be like, I'm dating a goth. I'm like, I look at her, I'm like, she cute, but that's not a goth. That's not a goth, that's an e-girl. And you can always spot like a massive red flag if a guy or like just a person is fetishizing a goth person that they're with, they will always mention that they're goth. Oh my god, oh my goth this, my goth that, I'm dating a goth, would you buy a goth, would you get a goth, this goth, can't put the goth in the sun, can't put the goth likes to stay out, the goth that, oh my god, we get it, they're goth, they get, like, we get it, like, it's not this big new thing, this shiny new toy where you have to keep bragging about this person being a goth. And it's like, is that all you care about? Letting everybody know that you're with a goth. Like, so you don't even like the person, you just like that they're goth, you like that they're different. Like, and then being a black goth as well, the fetishization is worse. Like, it is, because you get it twice as much. That's the only reason why I say worse, because you get fetishized for being black and you get fetishized for being goth. And then you get men, oh my god, throughout my life I've had men in my inbox, white men in my inbox, right, asking me to be a dominatrix and to make them my slave, because it needs to be the other way around now. And it's like, do you read this? Do you read this? Before you press send, did you read this and think, yeah, that's the one right there, she gonna learn this? Like, I just don't understand this mindset. You're seeking out a service. I do not provide that service. Nowhere says that I provide that service, and a lot of other black goths and alternatives don't provide that service. So don't just assume that you can use Instagram or Twitter or social media like it's an Argos catalogue and just be like, okay, we're gonna pick you today. Also, another way that you can spot a red flag is if they mock your music, okay? So if you're dating someone or considering dating someone who's not alternative and they mock your music, lock it off. Lock it off. If they're just like, oh, I can't stand all this screaming, how do you listen to this, how are you so relaxed listening to this, oh my, no, lock it off. Lock it off. That person does not accept you for who you are. Now, I get it, you might not like certain songs by your partner either way, but like, the fact that they could potentially be mocking a band or an artist of yours, that, because for like a lot of goth people, there are a lot of bands out there that have literally saved their life, like literally saved their life, and they mean the world to them. And then you're dating someone who's like, oh, how can you listen to this, it's inaudible, it has no meaning, it has no depth. But to that person, that has meaning, it has depth, and they're mocking it. Do you know what I mean? Whether it's publicly or privately, posting it online and taking the mick. Like, fortunately for me, Ryan has never done that. Not one time has he ever done that. The worst he's ever said when it comes to that type of music is like, oh, like it makes me feel like I want to get in a mosh pit. Which, it's not even a bad thing to say. Most of the music makes you want to get in a mosh pit. A lot of the music I play, like if I'm playing like Lamb of God or I don't know, Whitechapel or Trivium, somewhere like that, like it makes you want to just get up and just, you know. But like, that is how it should be. Like, if you're gonna date someone who is alternative, don't mock their music. Like, just don't, because it can be heartbreaking and soul destroying. Like, just don't do that, and don't date anybody that does. And like, by doing this, you can make that goth person feel like they're losing their sense of self and losing their identity, because they're gonna feel uncomfortable playing that music around you. Like, not once has Ryan ever said to me or posted online, don't play that music around me. Like, oh, she knows better than to play that music around me. Are you mad? Are you mad? That would mean that like he doesn't care about me and me as an entirety, because that is who I am. I listen to this type of music. I accept his music and we listen to his music, and he accepts my music and he listens to my music. Like, that's how it should be. So when people are out here like, oh yeah, they know not to play that awful music around me, and like, so why are you with them? What are you doing with this person? Like, start thinking about what you're saying and how you're saying it. Do you genuinely care about this person, or are you using this person to brag about them because you're fulfilling a once in a lifetime thing? Also, when they try to dictate how goth you can dress depending on the situation. Now, for me, I have been more self-conscious about it myself, just because of how I was raised, and obviously in the black community, being goth isn't something that they associate with blackness, they associate it more with whiteness. So if I'm visiting family, I don't tend to look hella goth. As I've got older, I look a bit more, I dress a little bit more freely. but I won't like go see my grandmother and I'll have my red contacts in, because she's like a massive church person, so I'm not gonna go like this and wear something like this. That's just being respectful of her. But like, Ryan's never told me not to do that. So we've visited his nan and I didn't know. And I've got all this like very demonic looking stuff with pentagrams and whatever, and I was like, I can't go to your nan's wearing this. And he was like, it's fine, she'll be fine. And I was like, I'm not taking my coat off. I am not taking my coat off. But I went and I did, and she didn't look at me any type of way. She didn't say anything. I don't think she said anything to Ryan after, because he didn't mention anything to me. And it's like, this is what I'm talking about. Like, Ryan accepts me for who I am. Me being goth, it doesn't matter where we go. He doesn't feel embarrassed walking down the street with me looking how I look. And we get a lot of stares because obviously we look different. He'll be in a whole tracksuit. He'll be like a whole tracksuit in Air Forces, and then I'll look like this. And people will stare at us, but he's just so protective of me. And he doesn't say, oh, do you have to look like that today? Oh, do you have to wear that? Never once. So that's a green flag. Red flag, if they don't let you, they really try to police what you wear. That's a red flag. Bragging, oh, this is another one. Bragging about dating a goth when it's Halloween. You're going to be like, who does that? Trust me, there are a lot of people out there that do that. And I don't think they realise how weird it looks. Because they'll be like, oh, I've got my own personal goth to decorate for Halloween. It's not, dating a goth isn't for the holidays. It's like when people get puppies and pets for Christmas, and then by January 1st, they're trying to find a new home for them. No, it doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that, my friend. Like, it's a really weird thing to brag about. Because then as soon as it hits November 1st, 12 o'clock, you're like, take this stuff down, Halloween's not all year round. Like, bruh, it's who that person is. Accept that. If you're going to date a goth person, accept that's who they are. So for some, it is Halloween all year round, all the time. Like, you can't just dictate when they've got to turn that off, because it's not something to turn off, because that's who they are. That's who they are. And like with Ryan, he likes some of their gothic stuff. Like, I took him Halloween shopping. I say Halloween shopping. When, you know, like TK Maxx and Home Sense, they put out their Halloween stuff. I took Ryan with me, and there was so many things where I was like, oh, I like this, I like that, I like this, I like that. And it's like, he's not even goth, but he knows I like it. And we have a lot of matching stuff that are like a little bit gothic in the house. And, well, in his place. And we're looking at doing that again this year. Like, we're going to save up a bit so we can just go mad and just buy loads of stuff together. And he's not even gothic, but like, he knows that I am, and he's accepted that. And now it's partly part of him as well. But I will say, he doesn't mess with ghosts. He doesn't mess with that Ouija board stuff. That's the only thing he will say, like, we're not bringing that into the house. And that's fine, because as a Jamaican, we don't mess with duppy them. So that is something we both agree on. Another reason I can understand why someone would be put off as well, because let's face it, most of us, we were bullied by non-alternative people. And in England, it's so weird to say, but I was bullied, or like, I had a lot of aggro from people that look like Ryan, okay? That look like Ryan. I don't just mean like me being black and him being white. I mean like people like Ryan, who dress like Ryan, who grew up in the same area. Like, those types of people did not like goths and emos and scene kids and alternative people, skaters, all that. They did not like them. So I did get picked on a lot by people that look like Ryan. So it's so weird, especially if you know how it is in England. We stay far away usually from each other. If I can find the comment, I'll post it. But there have been times where people that kind of dress in a similar way or look a similar way to Ryan, where they have beaten up goths. And unfortunately in England, rest in peace Sophie Lancaster, have died. And there was one comment on TikTok where someone was just like, it was in relation to the Sophie Lancaster situation. They were just like, it wasn't anything negative. They were just kind of praising, like saying that we've come a long way since then. To see an alternative person with someone like Ryan, considering what happened to Sophie, we've come a long way, and it was nice to see, basically. Something like that. If I find the comment, it's going to be hard to find because there was thousands of comments on that. So if I do find it, I'll post it. But yeah, I thought that was quite nice because it kind of just showed that there has been some sort of progress since then. And that's another reason why I wanted to discuss it and talk about it, because I kind of do want to bridge the gap between goth and alternative people and non-alternative people to make it seem like it's not so scary, you know? Like, there's no reason why we should be picking on people for how we look and how we dress and how we act, because most goths and alternative or people that don't dress the social norms, we're not trying to hurt anybody, we're just trying to express ourselves and just feel comfortable as we are, do you know? But yeah, just to round it off, because this video is going to be lengthy, there's so many avenues that I could go down with this, but I think with relationships in general, it's just best to get to know the person. Just make sure your morals, goals, your future plans, all of that aligns, and just sort of take it from there. Like, your whole basis shouldn't just be about what the person looks like, obviously, but if that's where you feel comfortable, then great. I'm not gonna gatekeep or police how anybody should date that person for who they are, and vice versa if you're a non-alternative person watching this. Except if you're gonna date a goth person or alternative person, or you're thinking about it, accept them in their entirety. Do not make them change how they look, how they dress, how they act, what they listen to, and don't fetishize them. I beg. That's the main. Stop that. Stop that. But yeah, that's it from me, guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Have you ever dated a normie, a non-alternative person? Or would you consider doing so? Have you thought about it? And if you are a non-alternative person, are you trying to date a goth person? Would you date a goth person? Let me know in the comment section below. Please make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Hit that notification bell if you haven't already. Please subscribe. And yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye, guys.